Do all four of these contestants have what it takes, or are some of them going home?
What's up, man?
Hi, how are you?
Good. What's your name?
Daniel.
What do you do, Daniel?
I am a minister here in Pittsburgh,
I'm-
Kansas.
Got it. What's that? What exactly do you do?
I am employed by a local congregation here to do the preaching and teaching, funerals, weddings, whatever else we can help with out.
Got it. What denomination is that church?
It's non-denominational, but we're a Church of Christ.
Okay. You like rock and roll church?
No, not really.
No. Okay.
Oh.
So why do you want to do Homestead Apprentice?
I really want to figure out what I want to do with my life. I love preaching and teaching and working for churches, but right now that's our income, and I kind of want to separate out and do something. I'd like to be able to do this work without having to be paid for it. I'd like to be able to do it for free for people. And so my wife and I have just kind of been moving toward this mindset for a long time, where we want to not only be more self-sufficient on our own and produce more of our own food and that kind of stuff, but at the same time, we want to be a good influence to get other people to do the same.
Cool. So do you have any homesteading background at all?
Yes. We currently own 5 acres here in Kansas. We moved in the middle of 2020 to take this position here, and we bought a house with 5 acres, and we've raised we have chickens right now, but we've had rabbits and we've had meat chickens, and I've raised 2 cows here, and we have a big garden that we've been working on over the past few years, developing the soil and that kind of stuff.
That's cool. You grow enough grass for those cows?
Yeah, we do. My 5 acres since it's in Kansas, it is completely flat. Not a single hill in sight. So it is all mainly just one big open pasture with a pond on it.
That's cool. Why'd you drop the rabbits?
Because they were mostly just pets, and the neighbors' dogs came over and killed them. So
Got it.
Yep.
How'd you find us?
I've just been kind of aware of you guys for a while. I think I've had a friend, it's been so long, but I've had a friend who told me about you guys. I think he took some of the classes with Jaeger.
Mm-hmm.
And he had told me about you guys, and I kind of just subscribed to you guys on YouTube and forgot about you. Sorry. But then it was just one of those things. My YouTube recommended put the I don't even follow him either, but they put up that podcast you did with Jack.
Got it.
And I was just like, Homestead Apprentice. I've never even listened to his podcast or anything, and I just was like, that sounds interesting, and I listened to the whole thing. And
cool. So you subscribed to my YouTube, and then YouTube didn't show you any of my YouTube?
Yeah, sounds about right. Yeah.
Yeah, that does sound about right.
Although I also, in their defense a little bit, I have like 350 subscriptions on YouTube, so
cool.
It's a hard time sorting through all that.
Do you listen to podcasts most day or YouTube?
Yeah, I do quite a bit. That's actually where I've gotten a lot of my knowledge from, is as part of my ministry position. I'm in the office quite a bit, and I have 2 monitors on my computer, and I'll be doing my work on one and watching YouTube and listening to podcasts on the other.
Cool. So are you at the church every day?
No, not really anymore. The elders or the pastors at our congregation, they've been really open to me going out and doing things. The previous place I was at, they weren't as open, so I watched a lot more YouTube, and now I have I'm starting up. I have a mowing job that I do on the side to make some extra money. My wife stays home and homeschools our kids. So,
how many kids you got?
3.
Awesome. Very cool. What kind of mower are you running?
John Deere 0 turns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are those yours, or you work for a company?
No, I work for a guy at our congregation. He has a landscaping company.
Cool. How many days you do that?
2 right now, but whenever I can, I pick up extra. So sometimes 3 or 4.
How many hours every day do you spend gardening and homesteading and stuff like that?
Well, personally, right now, I don't do a ton with it because I've been working on trying to figure out our car situation. We have vehicles that don't like to stay running. So actually, although I kind of consider this homesteading really just self-reliance, you know, I spend a lot of time. I'm rebuilding a Chevy Suburban in 1994 for our family. And one of the big things that we're really working on is we want to make sure that we're out of debt on everything. So that extra job has just been going to paying off any sort of debt. And we're this close to being done.
So you're doing Dave Ramsey's program?
No, I haven't gone through his officially, but we've listened to a lot of his stuff, and we really like, you know, the idea of being out of debt to everybody.
Yeah,
especially because we'd like to buy a nicer vehicles eventually and stuff like that, you know. So
what would you get?
What
would you get?
My wife is really wanting a minivan, and so probably a Honda Odyssey or a Toyota Sienna.
Yeah. What's going on? Who are you? What do you do?
My name's Purtle. What do? I do a little bit of everything. I'm 42 years old. I'm a single dad. Just trying to rebuild from the flood. I guess it's our current situation, but I was in Waverly whenever the floods happened, so I still live in the house that happened in. But yeah, I live in Waverly, so I'm probably about 30 minutes from where you're at.
How'd you hear about Homestead Apprentice?
I'm a big follower. I'm a big fan of SOE. So just through the social media with following you guys.
Cool. Right on. Why do you want to do Homestead Apprentice?
I think it'd be a good opportunity. I'm in a good place in my life where I could, take some time and do something like that. And in the end, I think I've seen something where it said it might be a possibility to work over there with you guys in your shop. And like I said, I'm local. I live in Waverly, and I'm looking for something local. And I've been rocking your guys' shit for a long time. So I think it'd be a great opportunity.
Awesome. What would you be able to teach? Like, what block of instruction could you immediately jump in that you're proficient with to teach?
Riflery.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anything else?
Well, riflery is I enjoy riflery. I enjoy shooting and marksmanship. That's a passion. Anything else? A lot of firearms training, just in general. But yeah, if I just had to just jump right in and say like I could teach something efficiently, it'd be marksmanship. It'd be riflery just right off the bat, because that's what I'm an instructor for.
Got it. You were in the Army or the Marine Corps? Or?
In the Army.
What'd you do in the Army?
I enlisted in June of 2001, and then September 11th happened, and then I left for boot camp October 30th of 2001 for the National Guard. My drill sergeants were fucking crazy. So, but I was a combat engineer. I was an infantryman. I was a Cav Scout. Spent 18 months as an MP. I had 7 years in. I was heading toward an instructor. I was a month out from drill sergeant school, and I got custody of my daughter. She was 6 months old when I got custody of her. And then I bugged out, came home, been raising her for the last 15, almost 16 years now.
Awesome.
I was went out on the road and worked with the trade crafts, worked with the labor unions, worked with the Boilermaker unions, stuff like that. Decided to go on the riverboat after a while. Did about 6 years on the riverboat on the Cumberland River, Tennessee River, the Ohio River, Mississippi River, the Illinois River. I've been as far north as Pittsburgh and as far south as New Orleans. Did that for 6 years, and then by the time my daughter was graduating 8th grade, I decided it's time to be home, for high school. And I was lucky they would pay my house off and my trucks are paid off, but then of course we get hit with the fucking flood, and so we've been recovering from that. 30-year family home, and I've been rebuilding it for the last 2 years. But we're about 85, 90% done. Now it's like, what fucking color do I want to paint the hallway or shit like that? Like I got 3 shitters. I can shit in one, shower in the other. I don't even go upstairs right now, so pretty good. House built in 38, 10 rooms, 3 bathrooms, right on Main Street. Yeah, I guess that's what I've been doing for the last 20 years.
What's going on, man? What's your name?
My name's Eric.
Aaron. Okay.
Eric, E-R-I-C.
Eric, got it.
Yep.
Okay. What do you do, Eric?
So right now I run Innovations. It's a prototyping and design shop. I do a lot of products for customers that are going to make a product eventually, and they need the first one. So that's the primary thing that I do. And occasionally I do some machining, like a job shop style machining. And
is that your shop there?
Yeah, that's my shop. So I got a Haas TM1P there. And then you turn around this way, I got some 3D printers and my little lathe and another milling machine and there's actually a welder down there, and there's another welder sitting right next to me. So that's my shop.
Man, that's awesome. How'd you find us?
So I found you guys. I like Wrangler Star. A lot of times when I'm hanging out, we watch especially his old videos. He's showing how to do stuff. And then he did that radio thing with Evan, and I kind of followed Evan, and he was working with Nicole, and I liked her podcast really well, and then figured out about the SRF festival last year, and came to the one in the fall because it's not that far from me. So that was really cool.
Did we have a conversation?
Yeah. We I had the booth that was like right next to Dawn. I had honey and a table, like a wooden table that I cut out of a log. So,
awesome.
Yeah, I think I left you some honey too, so maybe
Cool.
that sweetens the deal a little.
Right on, man. So why do you want to do Homestead Apprentice?
So eventually my goal is to have my little shop that's now in my garage in a pole barn of some kind. It would be really nice if it was out on acreage, because there's zoning restrictions and nosy people that like to cause me trouble around here, and I'd like to be out. I've got chickens and bees and a decent garden, and I'd like to expand that because it's just fun. I enjoy that type of work, and it brings me a lot of satisfaction. So I want to move towards that.
So what's your machining background like? How did you learn how to do all that stuff?
So I bought the Bridgeport milling machine, the one sitting over there. I bought that guy when I was in high school, and I kind of taught myself. I had a mentor that I learned through a remote control boat club, which sounds weird, but the guy made steam engines, like little tiny model steam engines. And he showed me kind of a lot of tips and tricks, and kind of got me started and pointed me in the direction of the right books and stuff to start reading about that. And then worked at a machine shop in town that did tool and die work for a while. And then when I moved to California to go to design school, I found a spear gun shop that was hiring, and made like spear gun shafts and tips and parts for him. And that actually ended up paying my way through college. So then when I got out of college, I moved on to 3D printing, and in like an industrial 3D printing shop where we had metal printers, and I did some machining for them because they had post-process parts. So the parts would come off the machine, and then they have support and junk on the back, and they have to cut that off. So they used my machine shop for a lot of that. And then I moved from there to a just straight up machine shop that I worked at for about 5 years. So it's been a long road, but it's been fun. We learned a lot. So
That's awesome. Whose garage is that? Is that at your house?
that's my parents' garage.
Awesome.
So that's sort of the kicker, is that eventually I want my own place where I can do my own thing and not disturb people if I'm working until 1 o'clock in the morning or something.
Do your parents have a background? Do they use any of that equipment?
No, my dad's a photographer, my mom's a hairstylist. So no, not at all.
You are so lucky that they let you do that out of there. My mom did too, man. My shop was in mom's garage, and even in the future, after starting, a decade later, I was back in mom's garage for some time. That is awesome, man. That's cool.
Yeah,
So-
I feel really blessed to have that, and allow me to have some, yard space to grow a garden and all that. I'm sure it's not perfectly, within the rules of the neighborhood, but
What kind of problems have you run into? You said that the neighbors cause some issues sometimes.
so like the biggest problem, like last year we had bees. We had 5 beehives in the backyard, like full size ones. And they started swarming real bad. Like they were swarming every couple of days. They put off a swarm of thousands and thousands of bees in a big cloud. And my neighbor was out there with his son, playing basketball, and the bees decided that his front porch was a really good place to move into. So they did, and this huge swarm of bees goes over there, and he freaked out, and he was kind of pissed off, and they ended up having to call an exterminator to get rid of them, and we ended up paying for that, and it was a big debacle. So I only have nukes here at the house now, so that they're not big enough to swarm.
Where are you at?
I'm at home.
What's your name?
I am Davis.
You don't have a mirror in your house?
No.
You
Oh,
haven't
yeah.
you haven't fixed your hair?
No, I just got out of the shower.
All right. So how'd you find us?
I've known SOE for a long time from Tactical Response, and then I saw a Homestead Apprentice on social media.
Cool. So what makes you want to do Homestead Apprentice?
We've been homesteading for a few years now. We about have 25 acres. I see the need for it sometime in the future.
What do you think that need would be?
I don't know. I'm hoping there's no need, but I feel like there might be. And it's better to have that stuff than not have it.
Sure. Yeah, just food production, right? We know what inputs go into that food if we create the food. And I feel that a lot of the food in the grocery store is not what they tell you it is, right? So if it's just as simple as our own vegetables and our own meat production, so what does homesteading mean to you? Like what is homesteading?
Making your own stuff and being self-reliant. Knowing how to do things, how to build things, how to fix things, how to grow stuff.
Can you fix things?
Some things, yeah.
What can you fix?
Actually, we've got I've got my moped torn apart in the garage right now, rebuilding the engine. So I can do a little bit of mechanic stuff, not much, but a little bit. And then I know a little bit of carpentry. I know a little bit of everything.
So what happened to the moped?
It blew up.
How?
It's a 2-stroke. It doesn't have enough oil, I think.
Yep.
It's oil injection.
So you're putting a new piston kit in there, or what are you doing?
Yeah, rebuilding the head, the top end.
How'd you know how to do that?
I've got a few friends who've done it before, and I just tore it apart.
Did you buy a manual?
No.
That's right. You have
Nope.
the internet.
Yeah, just tore it apart.
Yeah, we used to have to go when I blew up an RM125, and we had to go to get a manual, right? So you'd buy the Suzuki manual or the Climber manual or the Chilton manual, and it had everything within the book, that almost everything, but you really needed all 3 books because every one of them had some little thing that the other one didn't have. And my mom and I were in the garage and ripped that motorcycle apart and took it and had the head honed, the piston cylinder honed out, and then I blew it right back up because I was running 50-1 and I should have been running 32-1. So I rode for about an hour and then pushed that motorcycle home for about 4 hours to get it home when it blew up out in the canyon. Yeah, we did that. A lot of it. I rebuilt a lot of it. Yeah.
It's just a 50cc, so it's good. It's my first engine I've torn apart, so it's good because it's small and simple.
What kind of moped is it?
It is a Tomos A35.
Not familiar with that. So what could you teach? What could you teach at Homestead Apprentice? What block of instruction would you be competent with?
I know a little bit of firearm stuff. My only background with firearms is classes. I've taken a lot of classes. I know a decent amount of medical. I wasn't not an EMT or anything. Might be one in the future, but just from medical classes. And I wouldn't want to teach anybody how to build stuff or fix stuff, but I could do it, I think, by myself.
Are you good at operating dump trucks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the most, sometimes.
Do you know how to recover them if they were to fall over or something?
Yeah.
How would you do that if a big dump truck fell over sideways?
You just pull it over, scoop all the dirt out with a mini hoe, and flip it back over with the dozer.
With the dozer? What if you don't have a dozer?
I don't know. You just gotta pull it up. You gotta pull it over with something else.
Got it. Right on. What's your EDC? What do you got?
Just so I carry medical. If I'm going slim, if I don't have an ankle kit on, it's normally just a packing gauze, sometimes an NPA or deco needle, and then I tourniquet always, no matter what. A pocket knife, wallet, normally some type of duct tape in my wallet, phone. I think that's about it.
What's the duct tape for?
You can make a lot of things out of duct tape.
Mm-hmm.
You could do a chest seal. Chest seals are harder to make. That's why I have them in my ankle kit. But you could make a compression bandage out of it, and they're just duct tape, super helpful.
What's your preferred tourniquet?
Just the cat. It's the easiest one to use. In my pocket I've got a Rat's because it's slim, but those can cause some nerve damage if you do them wrong.
How about the soft tees?
Soft tee. Yeah, those are good. I think we've got the soft tees on some rifles, I think.
Cool.
I know how to use a bunch of different kind of tourniquets, but cats are the easiest because it's hold the thing and then twist the thing.
Have you ever had to use medical for real?
Just like little cuts, putting packing gauze over top of it and tape it for a few days, but nothing for real.
Haven't rolled up on any accidents or anything like that?
No, not myself. I haven't.
Got it. Yeah, let's hope you don't ever.
Yeah, hopefully.
Trying to tear